The first home automation product to support Apple's HomeKit platform were unveiled today, nearly a week before Apple's Worldwide Developers Conference, which is Monday. Don Chmielowski is a senior editor at Recode and joins us now. Welcome to you, Don.
Hey, Mike. How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you. Now, 5 companies announced new products, with 2 of them available immediately. Can you tell us about some of these products?
Well, these are first blush attempts to use Apple's HomeKit, which, as you know, and I'm sure your listeners know, is a way to use the iPhone, the iPad, and some of its technology to control various devices in the home. Some of the first early products that let's try that again. Some of the first products available today are products that allow you to dim lights in your home. You can use Siri on your iPhone to control the lights. There are other products that will allow you to control your blinds should you have them automated. There are products that I'm trying to think. They're just most of these are early sort of lights, garage, thermostat sorts of products. They're sort of first blush attempts at what people might want, first guesses at what people might want to do with home automation. These are we'll see how they catch on.
Hey, Dawn, any clues, or is it too early to say in terms of how these offerings compare to the other offerings that we all see in the Home Depots of the world and the retail stores and the offerings from Google and its partners, for instance?
You know, Joe, that's a fabulous question. We're just at the beginning stages, and device makers are going to have to decide where to place their bets. And it's so early going; it's hard to know who might eventually win. As you know, Lowe's has a series of products that are designed to work together. Google is making a move in this direction as well with its acquisition last year of Nest, the home thermostat, and it's attempting to build out an ecosystem that is built on its software. So it's such early days, and there have been no really enormously successful attempts at home automation to date. So I think it's a really intriguing world out there, and we'll see, who ends up succeeding in claiming the home.
Don, it's curious timing for this announcement. You'd think that these products would be announced next Monday when Apple has its big unveil or whatever they're going to add or talk about around HomeKit. There was an article on Fortune that falsely reported that these products were going to be delayed until later in the year. Apple quickly jumped in there and said, no, we're on track. We got lots of partners. We're going to be launching things around the time of our Worldwide Developers Conference. And here we are a week before that conference with 2 of those products already shipping. Is that why they announced these a week before the conference, just to prove that this is a going concern and that it's really on track?
I suspect that that's the strong motivation. Apple doesn't confide its marketing motives to me or perhaps to anyone. But as you noted, there's been some question about whether or not any of these home automation products were going to arrive on time. There is only for the moment there's only one microprocessor that has been certified to its standards, and that is a product that Broadcom makes, even though there are 2 other chip makers that are supposed to be working toward certification for home automation. So, and that has certainly slowed the pace of new product introductions. But I believe that Apple did time the announcement before it makes whatever other news it will make next week, just to show that, to demonstrate that that there are products in the pipeline that consumers are going to be able to start using them, within a year of the software being announced at last year's WWDC.
Hey, Dawn, here's a follow-up in terms of the cross-platform capabilities, if any. Yeah, I'm curious. Like, my household is mostly an Apple household. We've all got iPhones. But for the household or the office that has iOS and Android devices, is there any hope that these devices will be cross-platform in terms of you can use an iPhone or a Google Android device to manage these devices, or do you have to be sort of locked into one platform?
That's a fabulous question. And our household is not so pure. The adults in the household have iPhones. The children have Samsung devices. And so there is no one standard platform in our home. And I suspect our home is typical, that different consumers, even within a home, will make different choices. And this poses a vexing problem for developers. They're going to have to determine whether they're going to develop for a single platform and to try to write code so that the devices work across these myriad platforms. I'm sure that some are placing early bets. We're being told that some of the calculation that device makers are making is sort of the cost of developing on a platform, how much a particular chipset will cost to acquire, so that someone's thermostat, for example, will work with Apple or with Google. So it's a risky world for the developers trying to assess which way to go, or whether to try to develop, try to spread their resources and develop against, say, two of the large platforms and see, in hope that they both take off.
Well, it's really interesting to see that this is finally coming to the Apple platform. I mean, all these products and their capabilities have been around for a long, long time, but now we get to launch them with Siri searches in our Apple Watches, and there's just no limit to how much money we can give to Apple. Sometimes it's shocking at my house where, we look at the table and everybody's got a MacBook Pro, everybody's wearing an Apple Watch, everybody's got an iPhone, and it's like you start counting it up. And it's like, well, no wonder they're the world's most valuable company.
That's what I was going to say.
Because of suckers like me.